The room below looked like a normal 3x3 room with 2 block high walls, meaning there's no exit. Breaking the ice and jumping down would be certainly a mistake. I decided to break all the powdered snow to see if something was below. Potentially a hidden item frame could be beneath. After breaking all the powdered snow, and the very last one had a hole to drop down. Next to the hole was a normal snow block, which allowed me to stand on. This meant I could use my crafting table to check the next room. Potentially I could drop down at this point and continue, but I definitely hadn't explored the previous rooms well enough, so moving on would likely be a mistake. I decided to head back and check the rooms before, but there was nothing else left apart from some vines. I had to figure out something quick as I only had 5 minutes left. I placed down the crafting table to check the recipes. There was nothing useful available, but I was almost adamant I could make something with gunpowder. Blaze balls can only be used for brewing sands, so it's likely it would be more useful as blaze powder. But after converting it, no new recipes were available. Did I just make a mistake? Was I now stuck here? No, of course not. The solution suddenly came to me. I ran straight back to the furnace to embark on my solution. This would create charcoal, which actually has some unique recipes. Using the gunpowder, blaze powder, and charcoal, I could actually craft a fire charge. A fire charge can be used just like a flint and steel to light a candle. This lit candle could then be used just like a torch to melt ice. So I placed the candle and waited for the ice to smelt. After about 30 seconds, sure enough, it did, and I went to investigate. The 3x3 room had nothing and was clearly a trap, but the water would allow me to escape to the basement room. Inside this room was only a chest, which contained some raw iron and some random wool colors. The colors were likely different, so I couldn't craft them into something like a bed. After mining the chest, I went back up the water to smelt my iron. Using the iron ingot I had just collected, the item I needed to craft was fairly obvious. Using these shears, I could mine the vines with the silk touch. Confident I hadn't left anything behind, I headed to the next room, breaking the trapdoors and crafting table, and leaving nothing behind. Speaking of which, make sure you don't leave the subscribe button red by accident as well. In the next room, there was 2 sand blocks, one on top of a hopper, and a sign which said I couldn't break the shock sensor connected to the command block next to it.